It's a vibe on Lava Lounge 93.3.
Good to have you.
Thank you
Definitely
so much.
good to have
Thank
you.
so much.
I feel like you all deserved definitely to be in the top 6. And other than that, a lot of, I think you guys played like really clean games. Talking about Kanagajr, Ebubu, Yvonne, with the SA housemates, it felt like they were there for the game. Like very, very strategic. Not even. I think you were just spicy, but your game was clean. I'm talking about Blue now. Blue was spicy, but then quite a number of SA housemates were quite like eyes on the prize, be strategic, manipulate, and all of that. But you, Yvonne, Ebubu, you guys definitely played a really good game. But let me start with Kanagajr before I move to Ebubu real quick.
Let's go.
So going into the house, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you were one person. You had your top 2 on lock from the first week. You had it on lock. Every other person kind of like somewhere found their way through. But you, from the first 2 weeks, it was like it was either you were going to win or you're going to be top 2, top 3. Bottom line, you were going to be, a finalist, right? Work done before entering the house. But then what was your game plan, like going into the house? What's your game plan?
Man, I just keep saying it. There was no game plan. I just told myself, okay, bro, this is the one-time opportunity that you've been, looking for to express yourself as a creative, as someone who is filled with different skills, and, talent. So I said, if there's one thing to do, is definitely stick to your story, stay original, and just speak your truth, express yourself. So if that's a strategy, then that was a strategy, just being original,
Yeah. But why did you choose to go to Big Brother, though?
Because I needed the platform so much to sell my markets.
What market?
Obviously, I'm an actor who is looking forward to, being on bigger screens, internationally, not just in Nollywood.
Yeah.
I have my fashion brand, the Kanagajr Junior, going on. I need to sell that. As you can see, I'm dripping with my bag today.
I know,
brand,
I see it.
So, it's just all about my business and just trying to reach a large audience and being able to create, something that would grow, not just for myself, but to help others.
I mean, one thing I'm definitely going to say is, you showed your skills, you showed your talent. You were very competitive. You were like an all-rounder. And for a couple of times I've asked the housemates who have come, like, who's the all-rounder? Obviously your name, popped up a couple of times. But then, let's get into, first off, before we even get there. Right, let's talk about Saturday.
The way you're smiling for me.
Let's talk about Saturday night, right? You were trying to, like, help every drunkard in the house. So how was that experience for you?
I just had to be the small brother for the night, and Big Brother already told me to check on
them.
my man. So basically I was just trying to check on. So when I'm done with this person, I would feel like, oh, this person is good. I would then going back to the next person. That one is running out from. I just kept this person to sleep, and the person is coming. I'm like. So I was just going, round and round, checking on everyone and making sure everyone was good. So, I think pretty much that was it.
Yeah. But I felt like, I get where you were coming from, but I felt like seeing that Yvonne never experienced the head of house, just maybe, what would have happened? Just a strike a day on the final day.
Man. I wasn't even ready to take chances on that. Yvonne is my very good friend.
Yeah.
And at that moment, she wasn't even herself. And Yvonne is someone that the next day she'd be like, why didn't you tell me this? Why didn't you do this? Why didn't you stop me from this? And because I know that for sure, I just had to check that.
So
and I made sure, I was looking out for her, and I made sure she stepped down from the head of house room. So that was it, man.
Okay. Speaking of you and Yvonne, it almost felt like there's this video of like 2 kids doing like. So this is where I'm going. You guys kept nominating earlier in the game, not even earlier, till like midpoints of the game. You kept nominating yourselves, like your pairs. Why?
Juvon and
No, you did nominate.
I nominated Yvonne, but like I didn't keep on that.
No, I think you kept on. How many times did you nominate?
No, I think Yvonne was once or twice, not.
I think it was more than 2 times.
No, it wasn't. Did you watch the show?
Of course I watched the show.
I'm not sure you watched the show.
And it was even a narrative, for a while. So So it didn't come as a bad thing because everybody knew you guys were pretty cool. But it was also like, why would Yvonne keep nominating KJ and why would KJ keep nominating the pair?
Man, at the end of the day, everyone is out there playing their games, man. I was there to play my game too. So if I nominated you, I nominated you with my full chest because I wanted to go, to the next phase of the game. So it is what it is at the end of the day. Coming out of the house, seeing that this person nominated me doesn't change whatever we've built together. So that's fine.
But saying that, you came out and it felt like Marvin never let go of that nomination situation. How did that make you feel?
Man.
Even at the end, he was rooting for Kosi, and then a couple of people were attacking him, like, clout chaser, whatever. Man. So how did that make you feel?
Everyone has the right to choose whoever they want for whatever reason. Right now, I've moved past that, and I'm just focusing on Kanagajr, the brand, so that's all.
Kanagajr, the brand. Blue Ava, the brands. Okay, so moving on from that, there was a narrative. It's not even a narrative because I saw this myself. It felt like you were also deprived of screen time, right? Because sometimes would see a lot of people, aside from when you were sick, or you have like the injury. So I watched the show, just so you know. So
you did.
So when you had the injury, and we understood that part. So it felt like a lot of times, like, how is Kanagajr? Sure, Kanagajr was sort of going on. So coming out to realize or hearing that screen time was something that you didn't have just as much as every other housemate, especially certain housemates, how did that make you feel?
Man, I was so shocked because I actually did not expect that. But I'm just so glad that I was still able to do my thing, reach my audience, sell my market, show how talented this young man is. So I was shocked, but man, it didn't
make you feel good. But then you were top two.
Yeah, I was top two, so it's calm.
Like I said, you had it locked.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
However, I don't know. Maybe that is why they didn't show you as much. So there was also, can I say this? I think I can. So I don't know if I can say this, but let me just say, somebody tweeted and said, you were always looking at the cameras and everything, and even in the house, I think like Ebuka asked you one time about that. So there was also like a mild
asked me about
I think that you were always looking at the cameras or something.
No, Ebuka never asked. No.
Okay, but you had something like that in the house.
Yeah, I had outside of the house.
Outside. Okay, so there was that mild narrative that Kanagajr would always look at the cameras. So what was that about? Were the cameras that obvious? Like when
the cameras are in the house. Everyone looks at the camera.
Why did it feel like you in particular?
I don't know, to be honest. And if looking at the camera and connecting with my people is a problem, and that's okay.
I wouldn't say it's a problem, but I mean, there's certain people who will feel like, okay, he knows we're watching at this point, so everything he's saying is because he's just trying to get in our head.
Well, you're not watching.
Yeah, we're watching, obviously.
Yeah, and I'm in there. I'm living my life.
Yeah, so you own the narrative of you looking at the cameras with your full chest.
I do not have any explanation to that. We're living in the house. Everyone looks at the camera, and I don't know why it's a problem that Kanagajr might look at the camera at this certain time.
Let me tell you why. It's not even a problem, but let me tell you it was a big deal because we saw just you, and because somebody who was quite influential with the team also tweeted that. Right? I don't know if you've heard that. Yeah, so that's why it was a problem because a member of the team also said it. Yeah.
I really do not have words for that.
We would move on from that to other things that you were part of in the show, right?
Yes, let's go.
So let's talk about Tati. And please don't give me your regular, I'm just focusing on my brand answers.
But if I'm focusing on my brand, that's what it is.
You have to talk about what you did in the house.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So what was the most shocking thing you had about your situation with Tati since you came out?
Shocking thing.
Yeah.
Everyone has just been on. She nominated. They nominated me.
Yeah.
She nominated me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Because when you go to Tati is like, Ebubu nominated. I wasn't the one. When you come to Ebubu is like, I'm playing the game. So, man, for me, I'm just like, it is what it is at this moment, to be very honest, Okay,
so, but then that sort of shocked you.
Yeah.
But I think I also get it, because like I said, I mean, even from the sort of BBA to BBN to BBT, I don't think I've ever seen any shippo where someone who is in whatever with someone else in the house would nominate someone. I think that sort of made a couple of people feel like, okay, as much as people felt it was Ebubu, I watched it. I didn't see her counter. So it's a case of, okay, I want to nominate. What was your pet? Kanagajr. Oh, no. Kanagajr is there. Don't do that. So I didn't see that part, from her. So I guess that's why a couple of people are feeling like, okay, like what is going on? Because I think you guys had a couple of people who loved you, still do, but a couple of people sort of stepped back because it didn't happen once. It happened. I'm still going to get to Ebubu as to why he nominated.
Oh, wow.
But it was a case of, yes, Ebubu nominated, but we didn't see, oh no. So it was like, oh, he's nominated, okay, fine. Put him. It's fine because at the end of the day, Big Brother is saying nominate for the person to leave the house. Yeah. So you know what the risk. Nobody really knows how much fans you have on the outside at the end of the day. Because if the likes of Yemi and Juicy could go, do you get it? So, but did that make you feel any type of way? If you guys had a conversation, you're good?
Man, yeah, we're good. We're actually good. It doesn't actually take or change anything at this moment because I would just take it as everyone did what they had to do in the house because of the game.
I'm not gonna lie, I was on the ship at first, but I sort of stepped back.
It's calm.
But I wish you guys the best. That is also very smart, amazing, regardless. Yeah. But I want to talk about MTV Sugar though. I hear that's gonna be airing pretty soon. Yeah. How did that come about?
MTV Sugar auditioned for MTV Sugar last year in October, November-ish, and we went into production in November and wrapped in December. So I'm super excited and looking forward to it because I had to play the role of a 16-year-old boy, Kachi. Nice. Cutting the hair, shaving, whatever, and I just had to look the character, and I really enjoyed my time on MTV Sugar set.
And is it not just good timing? Big BBT's over, MTV starting.
It's actually God's time, so I'm really grateful for that.
Definitely. But what's someone who really supported you a lot outside was TBD. What's your relationship with TBD?
That's one of the people that I actually look up to in the industry, and he's been there even before the house, so I really appreciate him so much.
Because I did see him a couple of times rooting for you, so say hi to him. Tell him thank you.
Shout out to Timini. You already know Gemini Lee. So grateful, super grateful for you every day, my bro. See you soon.
All right. So I got two more people. Yvonne has come in, by the way. Yvonne is always very early. But I'm going to need Yvonne to be with them so I can sort of speak to her because of the mic. Yeah. So Blue can sort of, you can switch seats with Blue. So let me move to Ebubu real quick. Hey, Bubu, what's up? How are you?
I'm good.
Good to have you.
Yeah.
Top 6! What was your experience like in the house?
I used the word this morning.
Sorry,
fantastic.
Fantastic.
Fantastic experience. It's something you wouldn't trade for anything in the world. You would cherish it for a very long time to come. So that's why I had to make sure there are certain things from the house I took, so I can always place them somewhere and always just look at them and nod my head and smile, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I was expecting a lot of vocabulary because when you were head of house, it felt like you wanted to kill us. But that was something I always looked forward to because it was always very funny because you just go back to back. I'm like, guy, calm down. What's happening? But that something you did a lot in the house was sing. Who told you you could sing? Do you think you can sing?
Like I always say, I may not have the best of voices, but I know how to move my vocal cords the way I want them to move, and I am happy with what comes out. I'm happy with the sound because it's a unique kind of sound. It's not the regular R&B thingy.
So what's your sound?
It's I don't know. Will I say Afro Fuji or something? It's Fuji music.
Yeah, of course I know Fuji music.
It's me trying to sound, or it's me singing, or my voice, my vocal cords could toe in towards Fuji. So basically, that's it. It's not great yet, but it's coming together.
Is that something you're looking to getting into?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah, I used to tell them in the house that I would, before I go in full throttle, I have to get some sort of mentorship or, you know.
What was the advice?
Pardon?
What was the advice? That you should go for music?
No, I want to go. Nobody advised me. Yeah, so
okay.
like I'm saying, I want to be mentored before, you know, going through throttle. So it's not something I'll rush into. It's a step-by-step thing.
Yeah.
So by the time someone has helped me to clean it, so I know how to land on the notes properly.
Well said. So for you, you were someone. I think you were someone who was. I think you were cool with everybody, but off the top of my head, I couldn't place like maybe your strongest connections, right? I knew like, oh, you and JP had something. I think you were close to some other person I can't remember. It was JP and someone else I can't remember right now. But what was the most difficult part about being in the Big Brother house?
I can't remember any encumbrance I encountered. You know?
Yeah, the vocabularies are coming. Go ahead. They're coming, so go ahead.
For me, I think it was easier for me to just navigate or circumnavigate my way through anything because I had like my people. I had KJ, I had Yvonne. So I wouldn't say I had any, or I had a very difficult time that I can place a memory to. So I was just...
It was smooth sailing.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, that works. So let's talk about your partnership with Tati.
Yes.
So I'm going to say it. I feel like you and amongst other people, it also felt like your pair was the underdog that shocked a lot of people, right? You guys were not up for nominations, and when you were up and people thought, oh, it was you going, people saved you, and people we didn't think were going went, you know, and all of that. And also with your partnership with Tati, you also felt like she was making the decisions. Most, not all, but most of the decisions. Why did you let that happen?
I don't think she made most of the decisions. Yeah, like for me and Tati, we agreed on a simple strategy: divide and conquer. So everything we're doing is 50-50%. So there was nothing Tati did.
Am I the first person saying this to you?
It's a narrative.
No, I watched it because I watched the particular conversation.
And there's something I want to explain to people so people understand how it is in the house as a particular moment is not the same way the viewers see.
Even what we're watching is not the same.
I tell you, because as a viewer, you have the opportunities to see the entire show from different angles, different perspectives, you know. But it's what you're facing at that time. That's all you can see. So you cannot formulate something else. So as at that time, it was 50-50, me and Tati.
So you're saying the show pushed that narrative? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying the show pushed. I'm saying the audience.
Because if it happens 1, 2, 3 times, not like it was a bad thing, but it just felt like, I can't remember, I can't pinpoint, but there was one I watched where she was trying to, pretty much she made the, you know, explained how she wanted to nominate this person or swap this person. Yeah. It was the swapping thing where I think it was the one you guys finally were like head of house. And that you guys were not up for nomination. It was that conversation. Okay. So it felt like it was both of you to save somebody or whatever, but then it felt like it became her decision to make.
No. It's I'm this sort of person. I know how to compromise. I know how to listen to reason. If I have this particular reason for something, and you explain that if we do it this way, it might assist or it might help us further. Then I'm going with it because I'm thinking as well too. What makes someone grow is the ability to also listen to others. You know, you must not just be stoic on your own decisions.
Okay. Would you agree that your partner was a really good game player?
Yes.
Okay. Well,
she was quite good.
Yeah, but would you have rather played as an individual or as a pair?
I think I enjoyed...
No, but this is not about Tati now, but you...
That's what
like,
I'm saying, yeah. I'm saying I enjoyed the partnership because it's that sort of game is not so easy to play alone, although I didn't plan to have a partner or anything at the beginning of the game. But as time grew by, I started to see the merits of having a partner, you know. It's someone you can lean on, someone you can discuss. Okay, this is how this thing is going. How can we navigate our way through? How can you assist me in this certain way? So you're just having somebody that you know has your back one way or the other, or someone that is mandated to have your back, makes it easier for
so
you.
You were cool with the
it was
partnership.
very cool
Okay.
yeah.
So this question where Tati goes, it wasn't me, it was Ebubu. But saying that you were in a partnership with someone who was very close to Kanagajr, right?
Yeah.
Why did you think that it was... Okay, I'm just asking, not like it's that deep. Why do you think it was okay to nominate Kanagajr, knowing that Tati and Kanagajr were a thing?
No.
Because I think there was even a statement, not I think. I don't think you followed this through all through, but there was a time you said, I don't know what he did to you, that you would keep nominating Kanagajr. What was it about at the period you nominated Kanagajr?
No, I never said that.
No, you did.
What was the scenario? What was the situation?
I don't remember.
I don't
but
remember
you nominated Kanagajr once, twice, right?
No, just once. Just once.
Was
and
it
there was
once?
something. Let me explain. There was something me and Tati agreed to do. We are not going to nominate any pair or any individual twice.
I think you said that about Yvonne, that you had nominated her before, but you don't want to do it again. I think I had that
No,
one.
it was a general thing me and Tati agreed on. We are
Okay,
only
so
nominating
why
one team.
Kanagajr? That's my question. Go
No,
ahead.
that, like I said, we're going to nominate every. It's a fair thing to do. It has to.
Yeah,
touch
but I
every-
don't see Justin saying let's nominate Jovla, or even Kanagajr saying let's nominate. What was your
because
pair again?
like I said, we both agreed we are not nominating anybody twice. So it's going to have to go around. Like when we nominate, we don't really have this person. We don't have a vendetta or anything against anybody. We're just nominating because we are mandated to nominate.
So it wasn't
yes,
personal.
nothing.
You
Everybody.
wanted to chase her money away. Was that what it was?
So I nominated everybody in the house. So it's no biggie.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not like I had anything in mind. I just had to. There was no other.
Do you agree, Kanagajr?
Oh yeah. Talk your talk, bro.
So I'm going to go to Yvonne, but just before I go to Yvonne, so I caught a part of, I think it was a DSTV interview, and I saw a lot of Yvonne fans coming at you. And I honestly don't think it was a general thing throughout the show. But you know how sometimes people do something a day before the end of the show, and it just feels like for the next few days, people are going to talk about it. And thankfully, I'd watched Saturday night. You guys were lit, by the way. Kanagajr and Yvonne. The dance was hot. However, a lot of people were tipsy. I mean, Kanagajr had to take care of a lot of people. You were tipsy or drunk, I don't know. I found you on the head of house chair. I don't know what that was. Yvonne,
you already know.
Another story, and then she became a motivational speaker on the table. But personally, the entire show, I didn't really see that. But on that night, maybe we can blame it on the alcohol. You sort of moved inappropriately, right? You want to clarify that?
Me?
Yes, you. What was it about that night? Because it just felt like, I think there was a time you had her on your legs, which it wasn't a problem. But there was just, I don't want to go into details, but there were times you sort of moved very inappropriate. So I think it was that night that made a lot of people start saying, respect boundaries. I don't think it was a thing of you acting that way throughout the show. So now you have the space to clarify. What was that about?
Till today, yeah, I still don't even remember.
You don't remember?
That's the Saturday.
Yvonne, can you remember?
I'm not sure it was much of a big deal. It was just Saturday night. We were tipsy, so.
Yeah. So Ebubu, yeah.
Because
is your narrative to clear?
I'm clearing it now. There was
Okay.
nothing to it. I think people just want to just push what they want to push, and I just arrived. Like, let me. It's too early to start with all those negative vibes and stuff.
So are you blaming it on the alcohol?
Yeah, alcohol.
You're blaming it because we saw what we saw. All right, but then you were amazing on the show, regardless. I think it was just that night. Other than that, I think you were amazing. You did pretty good. Your game was clean. I don't think you be proud of yourself. Fans will be fans regardless. So let's move to Yvonne, the early comer. Welcome. Good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
I think you're one person I've been looking forward to have on the show.
Oh.
Yeah. And I think this is why. I think I have watched BBA, Karen, Uti, down to like this point. And I think it got to a point where it was always felt like to be a top girl, you have to be toxic. You have to be rude. You have to have wahala. Your fans have to be defending. back to back, and you sort of came, you were chilled, and you still had, the respect. So first off, thank you for changing that narrative, that you don't have to have bad character, but you can still go, very far, in the game. Also, I think you were sort of, should I say, child of grace. So the way this game played out, you have the potential, but then so let me explain it, right? So when the first nomination came, I think you were bottom 2, and it was like, oh, I hope it's just one pair. And then it was just one pair. And then I think from them, your fans just kept, going. And then you kept moving on the chat. In fact, the day Yemi and Juicy left, I think it was so tight that all of you at the bottom 3 had 15%. We have never seen it. The difference was just in decimals. So it's like Juicy's pair had like maybe 15.20. Then the next person had like 15.30. And then you probably had like 15.40. And maybe the first probably had like 18%. So it was so tight. But there were rumors that it was going to be 3 pairs. And then it was 2, right? So even with top 6, it felt like it was top 5. And then it was top 6. And it just felt like God said, okay, Yvonne is here. So let's make it top 6. So I'm going to say shout out to your fans.
Thank you. Shout out to the fans.
They definitely
came through.
They came through. But also it felt like you carried, I think another thing was the fact that you also carried your pair alone. How difficult was it for you just being in a pair?
I cried because I really went in there to like play my game on my own. So I'm like, why do I have to be paired with someone where I don't know how strong or how the situation was on the outside? Because we're in there, we don't know anything.
Yeah.
But with time, I got to like know my partner, and it was the best thing that happened to me because he actually encouraged me a lot. Like, Yvonne, you got this. Yvonne, you got this. So I'm still grateful for the fact that we were paired. Even if I wish he was a stronger pair, because it would have helped my game.
Agreed. Justin was amazing. I think everybody loved him. Yeah. It's just that for some reason it just felt like it was you and your fans had to do all the work. And I think that also helped you because it now felt like when you had to play as an individual person, they were used to, doing all the work, and so sort of just, helped your game. But then, what was your initial plan getting into the house? Like your game plan getting into the house?
There was honestly no game plan. I went in there to just do me.
But you're someone that has watched this show back to back.
Yes.
Right? So you want to tell me that you didn't have a game plan?
Maybe get a few guys on my side. You know that game where you just have a few guys on your case and you're like, you're being indecisive. Like, I don't know. Let's see what will happen.
I know.
That was the plan in my head. But when I got in, like, everything just changed. And I'm like, okay, you know what, Yvonne, just sell yourself, sell your brand the best way you can. I didn't even expect to stay that long. But when people were saving me, I was like, okay, so people actually like me. I felt because I wasn't, a wahala person. Nigerians now, you know what we like.
They're like,
So the fact that they kept me, I was so grateful. So I kept doing my thing.
So did that change? Because I know you kept saying you didn't feel like you were going to go. You felt like you were going to go. You're not going to stay that long in the game, and you even felt like you're going to leave before this person. So
confidence
at what point,
came later.
Yeah, at what point did that confidence
like
come?
maybe after like the 6th week.
Like,
I wasn't doing too much, but I was up every other week. I'm like, okay, people are keeping me here.
Something was going on.
Yeah.
Okay, so one very big part of your stay was the punishment.
Yo.
At some point, I think there was a narrative like, okay, is Big Brother jealous or something? What is it that we don't know? Because it sort of stepped down when GC left. But then, with the old punishment, how were you able psychologically, mentally to pull through? Because it was like back to back.
No, it was a lot. Like, it was a lot.
Oh, did anybody also help you through that period? Go ahead.
Yeah, Juicy helped me through that period because I was a tail of house and I had to make breakfast and wash dishes for 24 housemates while other pairs were making bracelets. Can you see the difference? Yeah. So I was like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? And then I had to like sew hats. I had to do the sewing punishment.
I saw that.
2 pillows. It was
wear like the hot dog thing.
It was a lot, but Juicy was like, do this gracefully, and I did that, and
it was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, when I say it was amazing, not the punishment.
No, I know.
But the fact that because I wouldn't have handled it.
People were asking me, how did you do it? Because it felt like that was meant to break you. And I'm like, you can't break me. I know why I'm here, so.
You're going to keep going.
I'll keep going.
Well said. So one part that was your highlight was also Saturday night. So I think first of all, it was amazing how you could switch from like being the homely girl to the badly. So I think that was something I liked about you. Yeah. In fact, there was one time you almost were like Sister Mary. I don't know if you've seen the picture. Where you have a hat in the I was like, what is going on? No. Why are you looking like this?
Girl, that house would make you do a lot of things.
And I think that was even your gangster period after GC left, where it was like you were talking about that wahala. But you were lit, but I think the last party was just it.
I told myself every party, because I'm life of the party, I like to have fun. Life is hard, so any opportunity I have to have fun, I will enjoy myself.
Where did you learn how to dance?
Since I was young,
you've always known how to dance.
Yeah.
And then you and Kanagajr had like great dance chemistry.
I know.
Even though people say it's turning into proper shipping.
Don't
but
but
I definitely look forward to seeing both of you on the dance floor.
So energy.
Yeah.
Kanagajr has the energy. So.
It was definitely amazing.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so you're a pastor's kid, right?
Yes.
What was your mom's thought or your dad's thought when you were getting the show?
She's like, don't forget where you're from, oh. Because my mom has been like a watcher of the show. I remember I watched Ebubu as a housemate, you know.
Yeah.
So I've been like that long. So it used to be my mom and I's vibe. Just sit down and watch Big Brother. So when I told her, Mommy, they finally picked me, I'm going. She's like, hey, don't forget where you're from, oh. Represent us well. You know the church is watching. All of that. I'm like, Saturday night, church people. They go,
To be honest, that crossed my mind a couple of times. Like, Mama Grace. That's your mom's name, right? And then, but at some point, did you feel like you also probably didn't know your limit? Did that ever? Do you even remember what you do on Saturday night sometimes?
I do. It's not that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I still remember. I know that there are things that I can't do on the Saturday.
I think my fear for you the most was don't oversleep. So that, I don't know if Kosi was doing it intentionally or it was just you were having a conversation. And I think I understood where you were coming from, but then people wanted to misinterpret it. I think you talked about how there was somebody outside when you were coming, and he said, you know, just go do your thing. And then you're like, look at me, I'm here, I liked someone. But it sort of came out as you played. I know that's not what it was, because Juicy came to clear it, like you guys have had the conversation. Shout out to Juicy, I think he's amazing. So my point is... Oh, yeah, you think I'm a shipper?
I know you're a shipper.
I might be a shipper. Anyway, so yeah, my point is, like, he came out to clear that, but then there was almost a narrative of, oh, he's out now, you know, you should play the game. So sometimes I'm like, don't sleep, because it felt like you were going to over talk.
No.
You had that in control.
Yeah, I had that in control.
Okay, so moving to the fans. I think that for you have, clearly, it's been shown time after time, you have one of the most dedicated fans. Fans that Kanagajr has the fans. He's had them from day one. But I think for you, it was a case of they were pushing hard to say, no, you deserve, you know, to be in the finals. And because I have seen how certain seasons have played out, I know a couple of names that are like VIPs in the fan base. And you have them. You have a lot of them. And it's great because they help to push these fans. But there's also I wouldn't say danger, but there's the other side too, because there's some sort of entitlement. You know, this is how I feel you should do. This is what I think you should do. I don't have to say them in details, right? So it also feels like maybe because they're benefiting from it, which also benefits you eventually, but there's the good side and the bad side, because it feels like they want to control certain things. And I'm not talking from you. I'm talking from other sets. I've seen them happen. So how do you intend to manage that? Or have you started having a couple of them say, okay, this is what you should do? That's what you should do?
You know,
yeah, I think they even did that with Sasuke. A couple of people. Yeah, go ahead.
But I'm not someone that, you know, can be told what to do, because I have a mind of my own. I mean, I appreciate the love and everything, but I have coconut head. I'll still do what I want to do. I appreciate the love. I appreciate everything, you know, but I'll still do what I want to do, and I know what I want for myself. So yeah.
So you have that unlock.
Yeah, I have that unlock.
Okay, well said. Okay, so we're going to talk about more, and obviously we're going to talk about GC. Now you can call me a shipper. But I'm not going to ask you where you guys, because I think we already saw all of that in the house. But then he sort of came out and he campaigned for you. But I think to be honest, what sort of touched me was this last campaign, a lot of people came for him. I think it was Tabang fans, where they were like, you're embarrassing us. you're not, campaigning for your essay, people. I can't wait for Yvonne to come out and dump you. I would laugh, and all of that. And then a few hours later, because honestly, at that point, I was like, this boy, best at rest. And then he came out again and campaigned. I was like, okay. Because I never seen, if it's me, I'll not do. I'm really just going to chill. I tried my best, but he came out and campaigned again. I'm not asking what it is. I think that people already saw whatever it is that they saw. And I have watched different ships from Kidrika, all of them. But I think you guys are different. I can only be here to wish you the best. I think it was one of the healthiest. It was not toxic. I definitely liked it. It was my favorite ship. But I also understand what BB Ninja or Titan, like Big Brother ships can be like. I know how it's not that easy, right? And then you guys have like the distance. But my question is, are you willing to make it work?
I'm willing to make it work.
You're willing to make it work?
Yeah, I like him that much. I'm willing to make it work. Yeah.
No, okay. Also, with the shippers, to be honest, that's why I don't like to call myself a shipper, because sometimes I hop in your life and I'm seeing questions like, oh, where's this person? I'm like, this person in the essay. Why are you asking?
My live video, where is
Jesse?
I'm like,
do you get like,
he's doing
so
his thing.
they go overboard.
Yeah.
That's the good side, but they go overboard. And sometimes they even cause a lot of, I'm just like, you guys need to chill. Some of the things you do actually is a problem. So how do you intend to manage shippers?
They'll be fine, for real. They'll be fine.
But you've seen all of that.
I've
happen
seen
already.
everything, yeah. So with time, I think they'll get to understand that, okay, maybe when they are not seeing much from, because I plan to keep it very
This is
private.
going to be private.
Yeah.
I think we started seeing that. That's the question I was also asking Blue Ava, because I have noticed that in a lot of females. You guys come out and, well, you didn't give me the answer. Then you come out and then you're like, you know what, can we just focus on my brands? And I'm like, we're focusing on the brands, right? But we have to talk about the house. But I wonder why you guys always sort of feel the need that if acknowledging something is different from giving us the information. So, I like this person. I'm with this person. This is what it is. It's different from letting us know what's like happening.
What's happening.
You get. So why do you guys, because the guys don't do that. So let me just say it now. Juicy was my favorite housemate. So yeah. So wait. But this is where I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm not going to judge from your set, but he's had the latest media rounds. Nobody can say Juicy wasn't about his brand since he came out of the house. But one thing we all knew was that he was about who he was about. But his brand has branded the most. I'm not going to put you guys because you guys just came out. So do you get my point? So he comes out and says, talks about his brands. He networked, did everything he needed to do, but still said, this is what it is. But for a lot of females, shout out to Blue Ava, I had to one in one of the stations. Why do you guys do that? What's the fear?
You're out, people are telling you things, and then you have your team telling you need to build your brand, don't answer any. Man, people are telling you things.
So that gets in the way.
Yeah.
So I would always give a shout out to Bella, though. I didn't like the ship, but I think one thing she did was come out and say, you know what, this isn't working. This is what I like. I'm going to be with him. And she's still one of the toppest girls, still branding. Sheg's like one of the toppest guys, still doing his thing. But let's just move away from GC. Yeah. So I'm going to touch Genio for a minute. She was here, asked that question. In fact, I think I saw her last Thursday. I like Jenny, but in regards to your situation and just being in the house, have you heard a couple of things since you got out?
Yes, I have.
Yeah, so I felt like, sorry, Blue. Sorry, can you step back a little bit? So with Jenny, I felt like there were a couple of things that she did. I almost felt like she didn't want you and GC to happen. Certain things she said, and she sort of pushed the narrative that it was a triangle based off 2 weeks where you guys were not even a thing, right? Or you were like, you weren't sure, right? So what do you have to say on that? Because I've seen a couple of your fans say, you stay away from Jenny, What do you have to say on that?
Which is crazy, because Jenny's my friend. I bonded with her when I got into the house. And really, Josie and I were not a thing where... I watched that. It's fine. Honestly, it's fine.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I almost felt like at some point everybody wanted her out because it was getting too much. But like Jenny, the reason I like her is she was very blunt. But I think the only issue was it's been obvious from day one, because I don't even think she was in the picture. I think it was, if any other person was going to be in the picture, it wasn't Jenny. But she made it look like she was like a big factor, in that situation. But I'm sure you guys are going to sort. Funny enough, I had this conversation with her, and she says, "Nah, you guys will be fine." But anyways, there was a comment you made on CC. And because CC has a lot of fans. Has anybody asked you this one?
Nobody has asked me, but yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, and then it was drama. Because some of your fans are like CC fans and like, they kept going. Oh, they kept going and kept going. So you want to clarify that?
It wasn't to hurt anybody, to be very honest.
Yeah.
That was not intentional to hurt anybody. And I apologize for that.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay. So I put up that I had you coming, and quite a number of you fans did ask me to ask you a couple of things, but because of time, I'm just going to pick one. So if someone says you have a management, first they said, don't ask us so many ship questions. I'm like, it's not going to get overboard. Just calm down. But do you have a management?
For now, no.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because of time, I'm going to run through a couple of questions and just tell me what comes to your mind. That's all of you from Kanagajr to Blue. Okay, Blue, you can use my mic when it's your time. So, to be honest, it wasn't the top 6 we saw, but we're happy. Yeah, we envisioned. We're happy, but 2 or 3 of you made it into top. But it wasn't. But it wasn't. It wasn't. But if you were to make your own top 6, who would it be? Like, can you just mention it all around? Starting from Kanagajr. It's just for the sake of it.
All right, myself, Yvonne, Blue, Black Boy, Yemi. Is that 6? And Tati.
I'm mad at you for making Yemi from like married man because
it's not just you. It's not just you.
Yeah, exactly. Because that messed up his game. But
just you.
Next up.
Okay, for me, myself, Tati, JP, Yvonne, and Blue Ava.
Okay. Yvonne.
Myself, Juicy, Kanagajr, Olivia, Ebubu, and Yemi. Nana.
In fact, Yemi was the storyline for that entire show for 6 weeks.
I heard.
So having him out was like, really? Blue, what's your answer? Real quick.
Myself, Kanagajr, Yvonne, Ebubu, Yemi, actually Meli, Taba.
Okay. So let me tell you who the viewers wanted, right? So Kanagajr had it from the first week. Initially, we didn't know about Kosi. Yemi had it, but Yemi made Kosi have it in a way. Initially, in the beginning, of course, Yvonne. Juicy J, definitely. Yemi, definitely. Juicy was content.
It was your favorite.
Blue Ava.
It was your favorite.
But
it was your favorite.
But Juicy was content.
Wait.
No, Juicy was content, no doubt.
So he can bear me witness, but every time I asked every housemate this question, Juicy seems to be the life of the house.
He
was.
He's
my favorite, but I'm not even being biased.
Yeah, no, it's not even being biased. He was content.
Anyways, next up, who had the best game? Can you guys keep it snappy? Who had the best game? Best game player. Or who had the best game?
Best game, myself. Tati had a good game. It's my girl. Blue, Yvonne.
Blue was spicy.
Blue was
my
spicy.
game.
Okay, Ebubu.
Myself, KJ.
You think you had the best game?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't have to do what others were doing. I
All
just
right.
did what I came to do. So.
All right, Yvonne.
Myself, I think Kosi had a good game.
Oh yeah, Kosi, please. Kosi had a good
was
game.
the game.
Kosi
played the player.
Yeah. Kosi had. Yeah,
good
Kosi.
game.
I skip that. Kosi had a good game.
Myself, Kanagajr, Tati, Yvonne.
Okay. All right, my next question. Life of the party. Let's go quickly.
Kanagajr.
I agree.
Ebubu.
Ebubu. Yvonne.
Kanagajr.
Blue. Who? Okay.
Partner.
Who was the life of the house?
Life of the house. Kanagajr, Juicy, Blue.
Okay. Ebubu.
Juicy, Kanagajr, myself, Blue.
Yvonne.
Juicy, Blue, Kanagajr.
Sorry, Blue. Sorry.
Blue, Kanagajr, and Juicy.
Underdog.
What's the
female
pair?
or male?
No, the pair. It's a pair.
Royals.
Royals.
Ebubu.
Royals.
Who underdog?
I'll say
Royals.
Without we're underdogs as well. So.
Okay.
Royals.
Royals.
Yeah,
Clout Chaser.
Clout Chaser. Nah, man, I'll pass on this. I don't.
You people have a major Clout Chaser.
Clout Chaser. Miracle OP.
Miracle. Okay.
I'll pass.
Okay.
I'll pass.
Why are you passing?
Are you passing?
There's a cloud. Even outside the house, there's a Clout Chaser.
Oh.
Okay.
Who else?
Ooh.
You pass. Now, wow. Anyways,
Miracle
I'm
talk.
not the one that will tell you who the Cloud Chaser is. Who is level-headed?
I don't know.
I think you were level-headed.
Yeah,
any other
Kanagajr.
person? You will not say you're my fave now because I said you're level-headed.
My favorite.
Who was level-headed?
I'm level-headed.
Yeah, I agree. When you're not tipsy.
Kanagajr.
Kanagajr, yeah. Kanagajr. So you were actually.
Thank you, Fave. I see you.
Do you guys say you were fulfilled on the show? Like, did you get everything you wanted to get?
Coming out and realizing that a lot of people saw what I did. I'm so grateful. And
I saw you guys when you came from the airport. It was amazing. The love that you received.
Me too. I felt so fulfilled because I wanted to push myself as an interior designer. So having the housemate tell me you're gonna own that showroom,
you're gonna do
people
that.
tell me, like, I felt so happy.
Yeah. But this is a major question. I think the toxicity starts now. It gets worse from here. It's going to get worse. How do you intend to deal with it?
Man, for me, it's all love from my ends, to be very sincere.
Yeah.
And whatever you hold against me, it's just up to you. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, so in 5 years... Oh, sorry. Okay, you guys are going to answer the questions, like, two questions, so I can just wrap up. So in 5 years from now, where do you see yourself? Because the BB fame, or Titans fame, sort of fades off after a year when a new pet comes. What are you going to be getting into? What should be looking forward to? Like, what's your projection, like, long term? So you've answered one, so answer that question.
Just being one of the greatest creatives out of Africa, helping lives and, healing the world with love. That's it.
And acting, modeling.
All-round entertainment,
my fave.
basketball, football.
Okay, Ebubu, so let's answer the two questions.
On the toxic part and everything, I'm positive vibes, so I'll try as much as possible to let my vibes rub on you. So one way or the other, you come to my side, you kowtow to my side, and where I see or what I intend to do to keep myself afloat for the next 5 years is just to keep pushing the things I know how to do, the acting, the modeling, basically all around entertainment, just make people happy, and from there the sky is the starting point.
Well, but can you give us a pinpoint? Like, what are we going to be seeing? I'm helping you brand now, branding. So, like, what are we going to be seeing?
My team has a lot planned for me. Very soon I'll be all in your faces, on your screens and on your streaming platforms and all your viewing platforms and everything. So just watch out.
All right, Yvonne. The two questions.
I'm leaving problem for who owns it. I don't like drama. Love and light from my end, to be honest. And myself in the next 5 years, my showroom, by God's grace.
Amen.
And inspiring people, and also doing well in my modeling, my everything that I've had all planned out. Acting, maybe I should give that a shot. Maybe a podcast, because
it's a vibe on Lava Lounge 93.3.